Wow. Google Maps is so cool. I remember this house because I remember that eagle right there, and it's still there. Dad bought this house brand new in 1973. I remember he had a brand new 1974 Dodge Charger that he kept it right there, and his work truck would be right there, and my stepmom's car, she had a brand new Bonneville. It would be in that car, in that garage. When you first go in this house, there's a little foyer right there, and this is a living room. And no one was allowed in that living room. This is the master bedroom, and off in the back are the 3 bedrooms that were ours. I remember the little kid that used to live across the street here, because he would come out to the back fence. That fence wasn't so high, it was just a regular fence. And he would say, hi, 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 until you said hi to him. I remember riding up and down the street on my bike. I was allowed to be on this sidewalk. I couldn't be on the other side unless I asked. I had to be on this side. And next door, they had rabbits next door. I remember they had a bunch of rabbits. And this guy that lived down the street here was a young kid. He lived in here. His name was actually Peter Frampton. And he had one of them spider monkeys. I can remember going down to this apartment complex with my sister when I was a kid. This apartment's in here, and selling Girl Scout cookies with her. I remember this street very well. And I also remember when we would all get on our bikes and ride. I remember the Orangewood Estate sign. And it still looks the same as it did when I was a kid. They haven't changed it much. I remember these over here too. And this here is Ridge Road. I remember that. And then Dad would come home from work. I think I passed it, yeah. Right there. Dad was always into sports and stuff like that and staying fit. He did a lot of he was a state champion in trampoline, the floor, and then he went into a lot of other stuff, wrestling, stock car racing, stuff like that. But I can remember Dad being out here in the front yard and doing his handstands and backflips and stuff like that, keeping himself in shape. But he could get on his hands and walk all the way up and down the street on his hands all day long. Yeah, that was a beautiful house. Still a beautiful house. This wasn't like this before, just a regular mailbox. The person who bought this house in 1977 off of Dad, she went on to become a Farrah Fawcett lookalike. And that's how she made her living. And apparently the house hasn't been sold since then. I was looking it over. I didn't tell much about it. Doesn't show any pictures of the inside. It was absolutely beautiful inside that house. I remember that. If you go around to the back of it, I'll show you something. It's still there too. Go around to the back. I can remember this. None of this was here. The state route wasn't here. This is where people rode dirt bikes. All of this. None of this. Or this was here. So I remember being a kid and coming out our back fence and playing in this ditch right here. This was all dirt bike trails. All dirt. It's cool to see it like that. I remember this other subdivision was here, but it was past all that dirt. So behind the house, I still remember there's a pool back there, and I still remember this patio enclosure that it's either still there or they redone it or something. But see, this enclosure, you would come out this door right here and you could go all around the side of the house. And it was like that back in 73 and 74 when we lived there. And I remember this being here, but it was a little bit bigger. Because we come back out our back door and it was just a ditch and a bridge. But there is a swimming pool right there. That is a dining area. And the fence didn't used to be that big. That was my sister's bedroom. That was my older sister's bedroom. And then my bedroom was in the back there. It's cool to see how it's changed. Tomorrow I'll show some of the other places that I live. That's cool that that's gone. I can remember we would go bike riding, and there was like a little trail where you could get across here, go to the other side. And I remember one time I took off on my bike with one of my friends that I wasn't supposed to be with, and we were about right here talking because I remember how this house is, right? I remember how this house is, right? We were about right here talking, and I was on my bike and he was walking. And I just said, okay, I better go home. I've gone too far. I think I was like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years old, 7. I've gone too far, and I went to turn around. And I didn't look, and there was a car coming around here, and he seen me, but he hit me, and it scared the hell out of me. My dad was laughing about it, because I wasn't supposed to be that far away from the house. That's a little history. That's cool. Google Maps is the shit. Yep. I can remember going up and down this sidewalk, playing in that yard. I remember how this front door was. Let's see if I can get over. Yeah, well, I remember this. I remember that has 2 of those glass things right there. I remember that. I remember how shiny the porch was. That's marble. And it was like that before, the little shiny porch. I still remember Dad's car parked right there. And when he bought her that Bonneville, he had a big bow around it, and he had it in the back of the driveway, and we all pulled up. I remember playing in that yard. It seemed like there was a tree here, but I don't know, maybe they took it out. That's cool. Largo, Florida, a little bit of history.